A lot of people want to know if they have to go to court. And the simple rule is if you do not have a private attorney, you just about always have to go to court. Some people will write a motion and they'll go to court and they'll get a piece of paper and submit it with the judge, asking the judge to continue or postpone their case. This is typically not a good idea if you're not represented by counsel, because who knows what the judge is going to say. And if you don't appear in court, the next thing you know, you could have a warrant for your arrest. In misdemeanor court and city courts, there are certainly some courts where if you hire a private attorney, that attorney can appear in court for you and you do not need to go. For felony court and superior court, you almost always have to go, and there's really no way around that. There are some instances where you can explain to the judge that there's an emergency or there's something happened and you can possibly get the matter reset. But in general, if you're charged with a felony, DUI, criminal case, no matter what, it's definitely a good idea to plan on being there. Now, courts, you'd think that if your court date's at 8:30, that you're going to show up at 8:30 and your case is going to be called. That isn't always the case. In fact, for the first many, 5, 6 court appearances, you might show up at 8:30 and you may not leave until 11:30. The reason for this is that judges will set 20, 30, 40 matters all at the same time, and you need to be prepared for that. Especially in misdemeanor court, where who knows, if a trial is going on, if there is a hearing going on, you might be stuck until 11:30. So you need to be prepared and be patient for that. The first few court appearances, especially in misdemeanor court and city courts, you're typically not even speaking that much. Nothing is happening other than their pretrial conferences, and you're conferring with the prosecutor about what's going to be happening with your case. If you have a private attorney, then that attorney is going to be doing the speaking for you. Same thing goes in felony court. Typically for the first several court appearances, not much is happening as far as you can see. A lot's happening behind the scenes where your attorney is going to be speaking with the prosecutor. At some point, you're going to have to make a decision whether or not to accept a plea offer or go to trial. Or hopefully your case will be dismissed before that point. But if it isn't, then you're going to have to make that decision. And if it goes to trial, that's when, if your case is set to trial at a certain time, your case is likely to start at that time. So if you have any questions about how court works, you can give me a call at 602-989-5000. I'd be happy to sit down with you, explain to you in greater detail how your particular case will work. And I certainly know how all the courts here in Arizona work. I can tell you the policies and procedures of each different court. So thank you very much. I'm Nick Alcock. My number is 602-989-5000.